Hello doctors and general public. My name is Shawnsteel. We run the Shawnsteel law firm. We're specialists in personal injury, particularly with chiropractic doctors. And this is a very short video with pro tips, what to do in PI cases, particularly from the doctor's and the patient's point of view. And our mission is to help you with a personal injury case so it's wholesome, it's got integrity, you feel good about it, and the patient gets a good outcome, not only in the physical sense, but also in the personal sense where they can actually get fair remuneration. Now, I'm talking about talking points, or what we call the rules of steel, 6 and 7. We're going to combine them for the purpose of this video. 6 and 7 is some pretty basic information. Doctors, if your bill gets to $5,000 for any personal injury patient, there's automatic flags that go off in insurance companies across the country. And that flag is, once it's $5,000, they consider that a pretty hefty bill, and they put it on a special index. Every computer system, artificial intelligence with insurance companies is different, modified different. However, that $5,000 is a pretty unique number, and they look at it and they want to see who is this doctor, how is it being justified, what are the diagnoses, how big was the accident. So just be prepared for that big number, $5,000. What I suggest, it's really straightforward. We're assuming you have a fair and reasonable bill, of course. You're not charging $1,000 a visit. But a fair and reasonable bill is something that if it hits $5,000, you should always call the attorney and see if this makes any sense. There's a lot of times that $5,000 bill, there may not be enough insurance money to pay off the claim, let alone pay your bill. So don't be flying blind. Now, when I say a reasonable and necessary bill, refer to rule number 4. We have that in another YouTube presentation. Again, a very short video. Rule number 4 is what we call average daily fee, and what is average and what is daily and what's fair. So it's just a computation you need to know about. So number 1, $5,000 bill. If it's getting close to it, you want to call the attorney and say, hey, patient needs a lot of care. They're not getting better. It's time to discuss it with the attorney and see if you both are on the same page. Secondly, rule number 6. Oh boy, what happens if your bill gets to $10,000? That is like a double, triple emergency, DEFCON 5. Everybody gets excited. The insurance company starts bringing in their special investigators. PI attorneys start falling faint. So it's got to be a very special, supercharged reason. For example, if there's no MRIs, the accident wasn't significant, if your patient's young and relatively healthy, that's going to be very suspicious. Not a lot of people are going to buy it unless there's a really good provable diagnosis. Well, how do you get a good diagnosis? Real simple. If there's an emergency room that showed that there's some very strange and very specific damage, that's a big clue. If there's an MRI that's showing there's major herniations, that's huge. If there's other medical doctors that have said, well, some bad things are happening with this patient, they need a lot of chiropractic care, that's usually the way that you defend the bill. But when it gets to $10,000, that is very high, automatic suspicion, automatic scrutiny. And oftentimes doctors that typically get those bills find that their cases are much slower. They go to court, they have to go to court, their depositions are taken. Basically, it's a lot of red flags. So if you like a life without red flags, avoid the high bill that is hard, or maybe in some cases impossible to justify. So those are my tips. $5,000, call an attorney. $10,000, call an attorney and maybe your priest. But in any event, you got any questions, I'm easy to reach. Shawnsteel at shawnsteel.com. We have offices throughout California. We have a website that's free and for fun for chiropractors. You just look up any issue that you have. We got free forms we've taken from a lot of good folks. We give them credit. We got every kind of oswestry, activities of daily living, good useful forms that we get from a collection of highly respected sources. So give us a call, give us an email, look us up, and most importantly, become a subscriber to our YouTube channel so we can continue doing these, because we enjoy doing them. They're short, they're sweet. Take care.